On May 31st, we issued a statement, and in that statement, we promised action and real change. Having a conversation and listening are extremely important starting points, but what must follow those two things is tangible action. Today, we'd like to introduce the Diversity Fellowship Program, which is about creating real action and real change for people of color and women in our community.
Right now, and this is why today's so special, and this is why we have to turn negativity and fear and things that are horrible events into positivity and love. Now we're 18 months later, Taryn, Paris, and we have two phenomenal graduates of our Diversity Fellowship Program. And that program was meant to, for people of color and women, be something that takes down the financial barriers that are difficulties for everyone, but particularly people of color and women in our sport, and provide more access as well. And not only has it provided two phenomenal candidates and now graduates of our Diversity Fellowship Program, but it's also provided a new staff member in Heather Dyke. As we sit here today, and now we have two people that have been in the coaching world with us for the last 6 months in an internal program. Now they're gonna graduate from our program and they're gonna get a scholarship, which will take down that financial barrier to being able to progress in the coaching world for them. Taryn already has her B license, going for her A license, which is something that's really exciting. And Paris just completed, or is in the process of completing her grassroots programming that will now allow her to get into the D license. So these are not only did they go through an internal program to graduate from the New Mexico United part of the Diversity Fellowship Program, but now they're going to be able to go and get a further degree, a further license in the coaching world that's going to help them in their careers here. But qualities that Paris brought through this program, she has a strong understanding of herself. When you have that self-awareness, you can be a good leader. Paris has a critical eye for the game and trying to understand the why and then the how of implementing certain things on a day-to-day basis, which I think is again going to make her a phenomenal coach in her future when she's done playing. Paris, talk slow. Don't be nervous. We love you. Congratulations. All right.
Hi guys, I just want to say a huge thank you for having me around training. And I think the big thing for me was that it would have been really easy for you guys to just kind of like, oh hey, kind of forget I was there, you know what I mean? But you came up and said hello every day at training and introduced yourselves, and I got to kind of get to know you guys on a first name basis, which was really cool. But I think besides just being around training and get to know you guys, the cool part was learning about the New Mexico United culture and how hard you guys go in training and everything away from the tactical side of the game. Because there's so many other elements to the game that you don't think about until you're kind of in the coaching point of view. So yeah, thanks for having me and just being you guys, and congrats on your win last weekend. Keep it up.
And then you have this young lady over here. Taryn, I want these guys to understand how thoughtful you are. I want your kids to understand how thoughtful you are, what type of a listener you are. These are the things that cropped up whenever we spent so much time together over the last 6 months. And then your experience on different levels. She coaches kiddos, how old, maybe 4 or 5,
Yep.
all the way up to college level,
Yep.
right? And that's a special characteristic that not many of us have. And you have to have the right personality to be able to speak to someone that's 4 and to speak to someone that's 24. And that's exactly the type of personality that Taryn has. And then the last thing I want to say about Taryn, which, as I get ready to present her with her award, just like Salee was a catalyst for this program, she now has brought an idea, which is the beauty of how this all works, and it goes back to the idea of love in the beginning. She's brought an idea forward that will be a part of a new phase of the Somos Unidos Foundation. It will be a new department of the Somos Unidos Foundation, just as the Diversity Fellowship Program is. In her final project, she said, what I notice is that kids with different disabilities, whether that's social, cognitive, physical type disabilities, they stop playing soccer by the time they're 10, 11, 12 years old. And that's something that I take seriously, and I want to provide an outlet for. So we're going to actually, I think, moving forward, she's going to take a huge role in providing a special needs program through the Diversity Fellowship Program, through the Somos Unidos Foundation, and ultimately through our club for this community. And I don't think you need to know much else outside of that, because that just tells you what a phenomenal mind she has, what a phenomenal human being she has, and the type of impact that she's going to make going forward as a top coach in the state of New Mexico. Let's give it up for Tanner.
Oh, I appreciate it. I know my speech. Awesome, thank you. Well, first, just a big thank you to all of the staff, specifically, Troy and Zach. I really appreciate you opening the doors for this program, and specifically for me in Paris. But the biggest thing, I just appreciate you guys. Like, you guys were so welcoming and so kind to Paris and I never felt like, the only time I felt awkward was when I had to give my first speech, but I'm getting better. But from then on, it was just a pleasure to watch you guys kind of get to know each of you and your characteristics and how you play, and just kind of help see the game. And so appreciate it. And I would really love to, like Troy said about the program that we're going to be starting, I would love to have you guys a part of that in every way, shape, form that you guys can do, because it's a big deal. I mean, we've got 4 and 5-year-olds that come out for a day, maybe 2 days, and just kind of have some stuff going on, and we don't have necessarily the tools. I'm getting the tools because I'm back in school for that, but to be able to just give them an avenue to be themselves, and to be able to help facilitate through the game of soccer, which is really cool. And then hopefully that can translate into helping kiddos with cognitive, social, all the different types of disabilities, the ability to play sports a little bit longer instead of feeling kind of just excluded from their peers, which is really, really sad. So, but anyway, I'm really passionate about that. We're gonna get that off the ground soon, but just a big thank you to you guys. I really appreciate the opportunity, and hopefully be able to get back on the field with you guys kind of from time to time as we move forward. And yeah, so just thank you. Appreciate it.